Good morning, everyone. 다 드리면서 다 산님에게 진짜 타마 드레스로
Mhm.
제가 다 진짜 고마워도 직수스브레네 현재대 드리 호적하지 사와도 아니 자제간에 사와하지 유서를 제가 네 뭐래야 기승이 휴부터네 또 뒤지 휴인데 내가 드리는 주시간을 배웠어.
Mhm. Today is the last in our series of Sunday classes, Sunday meditations. And as we've been going through the last Sundays, the essence of which I will recount. Some people are new, and there may be some new people online, so I will recap for them and then say some things.
나 당부 안저 사처럼 상말로 곰 가고요래 봐.
Mhm.
만차다 하고 그래. 내 건설가시 싸워도 곰견이 펜도 가려요래서.
Mhm.
다들 섬로 고고요래라 디신고요래 봐. 그래서 곰제베 편인데 지난다 야좀 쉬어래는 아주 좋게 지주디 어느 섬로 류대와다 심기고로 왔어.
Mhm.
그래서 아니 곰제위나 류대와다 아니 심기와디 돌드나 이거요래서.
Mm. So I know you have an interest in meditation, and yet some of you are new, and it's important to know the benefits of meditation, to know and understand meditation. The benefits of meditating are very vast, but essentially it is to make the body have a sense of well-being and relaxed, and the mind to be blissful and happy.
그래서 안에 곰잠리 류대와다 심기고 칸데 용거를 라면데 다 곰잠리 조 혼자 셈바 시워 용야로와 곰잠을 되네서 셈바 별로 차야 시워 차야 아니 셈바 그냥 뭐 야전부 차야 봐 아니 셈바 이 누가 전부 차야 실업진석으로 누가다 땜바 근데 여기 내 셈지 차야인데 아니 셈디 지 강의 전부직 날내내 셈바 기부제 돼야 되는 거로 samba kyo de no ando ji kala sa de ne ji kala sa ya no ji tanga ya go yo ne su gu le kala ju ya ge ma la de zo ya wo cha ya ne su gu ge na ge za ge ta ge ko yu de zo ya wo cha ya su gu de da yo ya ji ni me ko le na ro 아니 제 건다니 걸어볼래 삼담도 삼바지오는 니지오쿠다로
Mhm.
니지오쿠나 말아서 망고지근데 라그다 멤버다 지금 돌아 냠뇨이 가시 다 저랑 갈래 가시 저랑 대회에서 말해 아니 니후도 슬라그다 로야 니쿠나 스골 팽게요데 상면 신기도 지난 디인데 다 지난 말아서 남매 슈네시나 류신자 심신자다 시고다 도르스드나 아니 류디 가서래 배지 직 세디강게 레게 차와치에나레 곰갸이나레 거기는 깔레미니와 깔레미니
Mhm.
가르체비나 직 가서래다 인지결은 액데스요 뭐 누가 용어와
Mhm.
직 가르체는 지투민이 차로야 계시저디 셈레로 셈디 에 당랑도 당다 강메시 셈데로 셈디 내가 개발에 상어래 근데 약에 좋고 샤나 샤에 되죠 내가 도저지네 고수 칼로주네 내가 야버직 차도 소고요 Di inzang di la sim le rung siya, sim xinjiang siya, da di sim xinjiang dewa da lu xinjiang dewa la, da shego, da ngay la tanda nga ranzu ngus, ane chi sim chuk do ya, duzi shi do ya. Kaya chi shwe di nga zo mi da mi baru dewa rwa, ranzu nang mi baru gun dewa, ane chi zo chi pamu binja baru dewa, togo tomo dewa, gigenda giru baru gun dewa, lega lero gun dewa, duzo, guam ya wala dine, samba kuyang waya na, ane, duzi ya waya mgorwa. 그래서 요거에는 강에 먹고 이제 새로 다디 도드라고 이제 다가서 그래 공개비 편은 도드라고 싫어 어디 공개비 편을 해서
Mhm. I'd like to say something then about the essence of the benefits of meditation. The point is, how does one make the body relaxed and the mind happy, the mind have well-being? Well, we want a mind that is peaceful, to make the mind relaxed, to make the mind vast. And in this context, when the mind is endowed with wisdom, together with wisdom, it's extremely potent. In that, if, in that context, the mind is relaxed, you can face difficulties. But also, if the mind is relaxed, it does affect the body in terms of diet. We all know that if the mind is relaxed, then the elements in the body will be more harmonious. Even, it is known commonly that if you go and see a doctor or a physician and they will advise you, oh, you're not getting enough sleep, you need good sleep. So meditation can also help that, to benefit your sleep. But also from the perspective of Buddha Dharma, we talk about physical and mental pliancy. Ludan Semgi Shijang. This means that anything, if we have this serviceability of body, anything that we set out to accomplish in this life, we can do it. And the body has potency and power. Or as you would say, you like to be active. However, what's more important is this pliancy or serviceability of mind, Because if the mind is relaxed and serviceable, then you can bear whatever difficulties come up and or transform them. So we talk about also having kind of a relaxed body and a serviceable mind or a pliancy of mind. And this all relates to our relationship, because we interact with family, friends, colleagues, children, loved ones, teachers. And if we do so with a relaxed mind, those difficulties that come up and those sufferings can be reduced a lot. These are some of the benefits of meditation.
다 gom jawa la penyo dinde da gom jagu do se simji len wa ba ngala zo ti ju manguji gom jani ma thwe ba da inde ka du la gom penyo sam de sta me ina gom ma ja khon de te sam da me na nani gom ja ge chik sim nyob den jo so ro jani ma thwe so do na me cha do ro ti chen da gom de khandes ja ro la de da de la pe gar so ore kurim jawa jiro ba kurim di 아니 야고지 고고여래와 인지기는 스트럭처스로 스트럭처지 고고다 지난 델랑도 로종 나라야 아니 세지 개념에 디디 템바스로 다데 기준 쉐어나지래 만아서 지레 당보지로 와 맞아 미 공천이 야문이 미지게 또뭐디 나라야 아니 냠린치고 요래 제는 핀도 요래 다 디다 고미야 고축 살 미지네 또뭐디 나라 samudang 요래 다드네 베데 곰냠네 베데 요네서 토올링이 주주 신가 죽든데베 곰gebje 대든이 또고 먹고진 요거다 또고 쇼지 칼레베진 요든데 미드즈이네 단네 저거드즈이네 또뭐 냠네 너무 도고 봐 제가 또 마셔야 돼 아니 그래 칭도 싫어 체직이 냠네 디드 템 바스다 가당 비시 당하를 되면 저러러 와 그래서 당하디난다 기신 두다망은 계제도 도래 티링양 갸드로지 데 사오하지도 와 델레야 니신야시도 똥마디 칼레라 유니존 펜베도로 다 굴론 제들이 가오사용 dobs야 돼 먼저 편도 제들이 굴론 제제가 미래야 다 편도 치기 인스 예 신도 치기 인스 캘린체 탐자 근데다 캘레버자 뭐 카요라요게다 배 라렌타 나티 개월었다 그거 미션을 편도 제는데 개월에 가오사용 dobla 다들 디마직 좋아 많이 봐 야네 야네 콤리시야 들어왔다 개월 콤리시 이거 약에 줘 윤딩이 줘들라니 콤리시야 될 콤베 dob스러 sombaderwa 근데 너무 순지 몇 없어 갑들 순지 버스 란진지로 당에 밀레 펜도야 되네 수치도 지금도 상당 거래 상당한 저 녜파 밀레 펜도야 돼 배는 차포 간대위는 거는 지 차포 간대로다 양 토지치세라고다 근데게 저지게 아니 당에 지 란진지게 배 로직이 신제네 신도 체험도 되게 수술에 맞이었어요 뭐더라 근데 란진지 되게 먼저 개와디 누가총 당샤야 중살라다 먼저 수술 맞이었어요 수술 밀레 편도자 내가 봐 편도였던데 지금 당아술로 터지치제 시그먼도 제 툭되니도 망고도 알아 근데 다 인지kel expectations scenario hope scenario 다 근데 망고지 유익이 자기 여러 와들 순지 몇 없지 근데 먼저 겨사와 딩고치 그래서 뭐였더라 뭐 제외는 겨워들 랍춤을 쳐야 미세വ് 차려 근데 저요 스타디인데 되게 생다 둘다 뭐 도심 말에 되는 사업하셔야 된다 또 뭐디로 단티래 뒤지나 먼저 뒤중게 니머지 니샤지 냠렌치 다르면라 네 어디 또 뭐디 도고요 레스와 당에 직 먼저 라트를 먼저 저는 단데 내가 지야 돼 많자 subjectis jamna dinan dogoyo resra
Mhm. So once one has understood the benefits of meditation, then the important thing is to actually practice to meditate. So there are times when you just don't, you might know the benefits of it, but you just don't feel like it. You can't be bothered, or you're lazy, or, you put it off. So then the question is, how do you meditate? And in this context, there are certain steps or structures. And definitely from the advice of the mind training teachings, in the context of this life, this whole life, whether you are beginning in your meditation or you're a little bit experienced, or even if you're an advanced practitioner who's been meditating many years, we talk about these 5 powers that are indispensable. I've been through these in the last classes, but just to recap, it's important for a beginner, with some experience, and then right at the end of your practice. So, as it says in the teachings, these are 5 powers that can be practiced as a pith instruction in the context of your life, of your whole life. The first of which we mentioned was the power of intention, where you set the correct motivation. Secondly, that you accept or you commit to try and help others. This is the mind of altruism in action, or the power of the white seed. Thirdly, not just that you commit and accept to help others, but you do it again and again. So this third one is the power of familiarity, whereby you become used to it. You become used to those virtuous actions. And then fourthly, sometimes when we set out to help others, we have expectation or hope of getting something back. Like if you offer someone a cup of tea, you're expecting thanks or them to offer you something back. Well, this is not so good to have an agenda, because on the first hand, it makes your giving less potent because it's together with expectation. But secondly, you're expecting to get something back and you don't, so you could get upset around that. So that's the fourth power of repudiation, that you don't let your mind be sullied mixed with self-cherishing or self-interest. And then the fifth one is you dedicate all of those good things, those virtues you did, you dedicate it, and this has waves of blessing and it's very vast. So the last classes I've been through these five, and this is the context that you can practice in the constraint of a day's meditation. It's not enough that I just tell you the words. You have to practice a bit.
Some people, some friends ask me, which is most important cause for happiness. And then I think, I thought, and also I did some practice and experience. Include my practice or practice. I have some 6 Bs. Do you know 6 Bs? Last time we have 5 Bs. Now we have extra one. Be content in 6 Bs. Do you know Bs? Do you remember the regular student? They remember. And then the 5 Bs cause, and last one is resolve happy, be happy. Number one is be kind. Do you remember now? Be kind. And then second one, be calm. Yes. Third one, be patient. Yeah. Then fourth one, be away. Be quiet. Yeah. Be content. Yeah. Yeah. Be happy. Yeah. This is your mantra for happiness. Yes, I'm B2 yourara. B2 dinane. 아니 비칸데 다당에 펜베도 그런제 다가나래 와 아니 지 참바다 제외기 뭐니 아니 신뢰야다 펜도치야기 당고 그런제 안디네 라렌다 들어와 들어와 다 밀레 펜도 제발라 말한서 디레다 레샤로 한서 밀레 펜도 제발라 미나레 툴루이나레 거이나 펜도 제발라 당고 펜도 진이 미디 심마도 보시고 보다로 아 심토나 펜도시 유파시 너 제시도 로 두시야도 저는 딘다다 becomes semba shiva cha야들 다 semba shiva cha야니 밀레 펜도 제윤디 따강에 열어라 사실은 파악해서 펜가서 더나 저거 둘 지다 동에 강에 하셔야게 수술을 주 쉬어든데 용시래 이거 gener와 다 근데 내가라 아니 개워져야 될래야 배대 이단으로 체류해야 된대 용거라 다 근데 내가라 아니 be patient in the server
pas comme ça.
저버들라 숨샤오래 철렁에 숨이 server 등에 당연히 server 내절에 체면에 server 알아다 도주 상마 server 숨비다 되게 어디래다 비 패션에 데려봐 근데네다 야 밀을 편도 집에 내가 들려야 내당도 야고지 신이 마셔나나 야 동에 태웠어요 모두 이지바 비 아웨스야 돼 시신이 잘 제와 내당데 수술을 편도시야 누가 의미돼 시고래 간 편도시세 유디려야 가르 편도고 의미돼 신고여러 가셔는 저 편도 마셔 이제 내당 안돼 버게는데 차로도 알아 비저게 심나라야 마지 내주 마가워지게 아니 심축되어 가들라 양자 배 내주 마가워디 계정 시에제로 아니 시에디 비저디 툭체로 쳐도다 띵아 냠냠 빼만 뭐 정화된대로 미망고 말사 용거래 아니 근데 지 강의 된데 시에인데 말하게 수수 생기 내다들 반에 밀라 랍자로 자가셔라 아니 맞다 반은 맞다고이나 수수 파마니 장종 쉬지나 체여로다 파마야고 쉬지 체여로 근데 제와도 대야 전국에 슬라비인데 미가셰라 이 파메 파마카시에 춘주강라 누구 쉬고다 요는데도 와 근데 태운데 띠 계절대 패시에다 파저 동거 유도다 다들 얘기해서 말해 네 계절 봐주셔도 닝자다 세대기 지워 말해네 밤마다 부바로 기타와 야고단 두자세야디 경험을 대와이디 아니 딘데지기 온게야 주주강 내다 딘데 지강이 체대와 딘데 심나라 유도 대군도 망고지 냐되기도 제 trauma 이 지라도 내가 맞이 차지 세상 저 비 아웨라고 이제 가서 내가 시우레스다 봐 내단데 시 나디 베메시 자첨으로 더 상마로 시해야 되라 범죄는 범죄 내단 신고요래
Mm-hmm.
펜도 지구에는 펜도 지역 내단 신고요래 펜도 지루 치단데 담면도 쉬어져요로 더 상마 시고래 다디가라 빙아와디 안저 초시적으로다 알아서 당당히만 뭐 저기 강의돼 전문링이 강의돼 대화체가 안 총대로 제장들이야 뒤준 초시적어야 되다 냐면 ngawadi share ta nga de je de nyamle ya wo chebi na be heavy thuba de yungur da de ji yungur ro
Mm-hmm.
thuba de la sam dang ma re ko nga de je nyamle je de le yungur ro
Mm-hmm.
ta de onzo do thuba de ge ne ji giwo yong ya da de ge sim mi gang ye shi ya ge nga de ro shi si do nga onzo nga mix it de ma re ma o de je de da be de je de ma thang ga de je de sim na ma sam dang 아니 소음을 나는 냠내 다르기나 당연히 수수 강의 체디 편도지 용으로 다디 저랑서 다리 나와니지 동바여리 디즈링가 베 샤다다 소워다스로 한 제명서 진짜 니베나는 츠투드 장가라 비 투드다 베 믹좀니 겨라요 소워다 나도 수수기 experience가 냠뇨인데 다들이게 냠내 근데 비 근데 지난에 패션도 제정을 하는 미다든데 강의 매우 찾았어요 근데 가시요. 로징이 좀 나라고 말해. 그게 신인데 용어도 저녁에 꿀론제에 까마송 꿀론제스기도 와. 띵에 메지 유어 단스야 근데 신인데 용어도 와. 그래서 다원이 제가 저녁에 비툭데 냠낸 체제로 와. 근데 직대의 세미나야 직 초와요로 가지고 수수수수로 하다가 내가 딘데징에 유어 단샤 하셔야지 신야유나. 근데 배하고 요래서 와.
Mm-hmm. So we have this notion of be kind in the context of these 6 Bs. And that would mean to, to help others with love and kindness and compassion, in our practice. But really, when we set out to help others, humans and animals, then the one who's doing the benefit, in this case, you yourself must be kind or subdued. If you don't set out with your own attitude of that kindness and being subdued, let alone help others, you can end up to harm them. So being calm is important. And not only that, but when we actually set out to help others with that calmness or, being subdued, often we face difficulties in actually doing that, implementing it. That could be that people get upset with us, irritable, or even in some cases violent when we try to do good. So in this case, the be patient comes in. You have to apply forbearance, and there are 3 types. The first one is where you're patient in the face of harm, someone that retaliates to you. Secondly, you're just patient with regards to life's difficulties in general. You can bear them, the sufferings. And thirdly, you're patient in the face of Dharma. But also, it's the case that when we set out to help others, we have to have a type of awareness or wisdom. There's no good to think to help others, but if you don't have awareness and wisdom, once again, your intentions might be good, but because you don't know the situation of them, it could end up doing more harm than good. So there are circumstances where, I've seen that people try to say something or give advice, and instead of helping that person, it just makes them more upset because you've said it in a particular way or it's not appropriate. In this context, you yourself must practice what you say before you do it. So, for example, for me, in the context of my parents, they showed me tremendous love. But that's not the case for everyone. It's the case that for some people with their parents, they experienced abuse. So, and then in the context of that parent-children relationship, some people went through traumas when they were young and they're holding on to that. So this be aware comes in here, that when you're setting out to help others, you must know the circumstances under which you're implementing the help. So, knowing meditation and how to benefit is good, but you must have the awareness of knowing how to do it. And then in terms of being content, a lot of the problems we face in this world is because there's way too much desire. People always wanting more and more. But if you're just content, that alleviates that. Anyway, if all of these 5 B's are in place, you'll find that the 6th one of being happy, that just happens by the way, because you've been through these stages. When often people ask, can you give a mantra to alleviate difficulties? Well, in the context of this life, if you practice these things, then it really helps to reduce the difficulties you go through or the sufferings. So now we have a 2-month break, big holiday. So you can, in the 2 months, try and put these 6 points into practice so that that's like your eyes. And if you can be patient with your family. I have people that come up to me and say, just by doing the morning motivation 5 minutes every day, it's helped my life a tremendous amount. So if you're going to do that in the next 2 months and get some experience from applying these, then that's the main thing, is your experience is good coming from you.
다 된대. 다디 저런저게 세미나를 샤워에 지그래로 안지당은저디 야 팅유민도나나 제일 타제간을 양자 년초 그래 어제디 슈구간에 디 티샤를 봐
Yeah,
여러바디 안디 제도 제진 지난디 그러봐
no. So, it's good to put them into practice. If from time to time you don't recall what is said, they are recorded on the YouTube videos online. And also we have some handouts at the back of the building we can give you to remind you.
다디네 니마직 나나다 냠네로 지 삼노단단에 건다 많이 써고 삼단다디 아니 지 레당보스나래 당아저 참매 곰이 싫은 거 곰자죠 왔다디 나나서 곰님도 자고스러
No, no. So then in the context of a day's practice from morning to night, how do you approach it? Those steps for a beginner. This.
뭐야 다디 곰디 니 당고구노 곰야들이 당기 편배도 없어야지 니바디 농종으로 봐 지금 셈바 당기 건데 디 second being become 치고라서 becomes 여기 탑람디 아니 농종 해야들 우린 단계로 우린 수요 단계요 파 단계요 시에 대관을 심샤 또이나 아니 심 저기 차는 게 남상 당원에 소소 직 배슈 누가다 템바지 잠나 잠딩대로 차로 그래서 다데네 아니 지카서 그래 먼저 쌤디 배 털네 가지고는 털네 아니 누우면 요 차대로 근데 전 등상가서 니만고 전부 때문에 매우 차로도 근데 가래서는 지단다 제레다 저거 요 제 다음에 사제 아니 딜레 저거 요래 저 만슈지 삼라 영어 만다네 예외 주마다들 봐 다든사 라도 가와가나 다 예외 규칙한데는 내용도 알아 이제가나 찍고 거셔야 돼 심상한데는 규칙 아니 저 다음에 공도 심투 봐 근데 제제다 근데 근데 가도라 아니 심 싱그니와드 수 분야스나리 심 제직도 세 템보스야스네 대만 우중 공 장가자들 어디에 숨바들 디 제일 당은저 망고 지금 저 쌤디 다다오가나 데이트고 따로 개통문도 심디 만차 대변나라야 유로 따제 그래서 공개지 따제다 심도 거르도 따다 폐지 겨저 든지 겨저 다 폐지 대변내주 견장하는 유도로 근데 내수서 대바 첨부 미딘데에는 야 마음바 대가나 쉬고 유도래가 마음발로 뒤도나 지지지지지 니니지로
Mm.
아니 마음바 이게 빈자데 주부들 좀 알아 배셔야 된대 되는데 말아 내가 디 सक्सेस 찾는 된대 제 말아 그 손데 아니 지 비즈니스 디 람로 야고 주나 된대 다 된대 간라 지 마음발라 지 미 대화 체베 릭디만 자 마음바 간라 삼에 주도다 주도여다 된대네요 심 투제 마 이외 잘 되기도 심 다다가 간라 데이터에나 아니 문에 돈을 개무게 해야 되는 거라. 그래서 보고 싶지도 따더라. 그래서 내주 무빙무길에 단다단다 개무게 한 거다. 가르쳐네. 그래서 심지 다다오간 대대라 배. 심 다다오나 컨설하지 차단 시절에 지금 도용함세로 대외 내주 제백다 먹고 싶는 거를 지금 마음에 지금 강바자고 뭐 모든 요거 말로들 도서야 되는데 부글에 요마라 삼로 그러나라 봐. 제주 부글 심지 다다오간나 대대 제가 다다오간나 대나 개무게요. 알아서 미망무지 돈을 개무개며 가르스나 대변내주 두자디 예디스나라 주지 테러 예마지브 직스 마음에 병함디 지교 대 디니니 빠르르 찌르제와 아니 개무시다 개야게 요마다 고사를 전라고 요마다 어디인데 심 다다오가나 돼야지 계시 모르겠어
No.
근데 내 담아대 알아서 심 교었던 거를 내가 제공자고 그랬다디 먼저 실행 결혼도 뚝대요니 다디 하고 그래 아 공자고 그래라 그 배전 체 랑len 따기나 그 니만에 니만 둘다네 둘다 다원에 다와라네 수수수수래 칼레지 신야요 된데 용구요 제가 디인데 당어서 시름기 꼼데 님도 자고 스러
Mhm. So then the steps of meditation, we talked about the importance of being kind and calm. So initially, with meditation, we set the correct intention, this aspiration to be kind. But secondly, to be calm, you have to have calm or breath awareness. You have to be aware of your breath. And once you start to be aware of your breathing, inhalation, exhalation, then the mind is less nervous. And then you'll find that the mind has more peace, but also more potency. Thirdly, the fact that our mind is always scattered or discursed. Particularly these days, there are a lot of people suffering from mental disease, forgetfulness. And then sometimes it's a case that we're affected by chemicals, but oftentimes your mind is discursed to your phone. We're distracted by those types of medias. So in order to stabilize mind and make it potent, we begin to count the cycles of breath, breathing in, breathing out. And this is to cultivate Tingizin, single-pointed concentration. Fourthly, oftentimes we can't even be in the present moment. We can't just be openly in the present moment. And if you check, most people, 70, 80%, they're bringing up things from their past, always bringing up past things that happened to them. And yet another type of person who has quite a big kind of desirous mind, they're always thinking about the future. When will I win the lotto? 1, 2, and 3. When will I get this such and such a money through business or for my relatives? Always revolving these plans, these thoughts. So between what that does is, if you're constantly thinking about the future, it excites the mind. And the mind is always making these projections, hallucinations. But if we look at children, oftentimes they're laughing a lot because they're just in the present moment. They're not thinking about the past particularly, or thinking about when do I have to go to school. They're not revolving these things. They're just, why don't we laugh like that? because we're caught between, we're so caught between bringing up the past and thinking about the future. There's no time for us to be in the present and just relax and laugh. No chance. So being totally present is very important. And then finally, we do a kind of analytical meditation where we do a reflection. So these are the steps of a daily meditation. And if we cultivate that for days, weeks, months, then it becomes a lifetime practice.
Oh, yeah, that gulung gomja, gulung gomja de 그런 좀 믿좀 나야 되그래. 와, 됐어. 누구 차에 왜 나를 샤워를 검진이 당고도 들어. 아니, 드링네 송아지로. 드링네 다대 공부 싸워 가지고 와. 드링네 송아지게 능게 류가 이숨지 보네. 아니, 수술라 뭐스 대외에 나 예고가 믿으더네. 저거지. 아니, 심진신 탐제라 수술 거린지 심진신 탐제라. 아니 펜바 바식도 있어. 바식 써야 돼. रवा में बंगे दी भाजी न मादी छुई उमरे से रवा में रवा expectations ना रे तादे दे जी योरवा रेदो जी योरवा ओती में वे ने 펜바 바식 지 지기 펜바 코나 지기 류가 있음 이거 내와 니마 드리네지 아니 대야 살모 땅 가보더는 다 드리네시에 미스 상보지 지기 있어와 미스 상보지로 삼바 상보지 돈에 아니 메시지니 미스 상보지 지도가 지기 세제 어디에 굴론데 되지 셋업쇼로
Now we need to set the correct motivation intention. To this, you can close your eyes gently and think that today, with my actions, physical, verbal, and mental, with those beings that I directly interact with, but also with regards to all living beings, I will do my best to solely benefit them. Solely benefit meaning that there's no expectation for you. Often we have this hope of getting something back, but just to benefit others with your body, speech, and mind. And doing that today in the context of your, if you can't do that, just think in the context of this life, today I'll do my best to be a good person.
어야 다 딘데 심디로 봐 딘데 심디 다와 중에 다와 냐카오나 신지 스스스 니닝이 기들라 여 테와 대야 다가스 지 외우란 심마이 봐 아니 수술해야지 대화다 가와다 아니 레와 테니로 말한스 뒤에 스스스라 깨지셔야 돼 지여로 스스스 지고 깨지셔서 지여로 어딘데 깨지셔야 돼 아니 삼바상부치야 아니 지 빠마셔미야 알바 가시 심 가시 심 수수베 빠셔면 되거든요 마베 심니 누가 냠대 같은데 아니 로드업데지 아마도 미지레스 누가 요레스 아니 신빙 로치고레스 기지신이 소식체 디아베지 니 디웨데 대화당 가와 딘데게 니지 가디데니 심 수수는 말은 내주 야고라시는 심나나 가오라시는 것도
Yeah.
가오라시는 것도 어디되게 심지 여 텐제니 디 외가베라시 디가 심가주 샤도도 당무 가주 신도도 지지 상로 당시 와스르와
Think now that that mind you generated of concern for others to help them is in the nature of light, like a full moon at the level of your heart. But it's not just light, its entity, its nature is bliss and altruism. So that normally when we talk, that type of intention to talk is endowed with that kind-heartedness, and it can lift those and you up if you're feeling a bit down and give you courage. This is uncontrived altruism. It is in the nature of bliss and joy. It's a bit like when things go well, we are happy, we're invoking that mind.
Oh, yeah, that in the same day. And you might train a chevy, Nizu, Yaga, Doga, Kali, Tena, Lutangimi, Tamjachisho,
No. Now one makes the firm resolve or commitment, whatever comes up from today, whatever the case, be it good or bad, you won't relinquish that altruism.
Oh, yeah, that Gawagum, Tamarangula Tiri, Luing Madela, Samba Sava, Nuachimbo, the Lazy year, the Junior, Tamaras, and the Samatarwa, and the Gawagum or Esra, Maranzo, Tune to Suzuki, you did the Gawagum, same day, so Nuachim Channel, same the Nuachim channel, Lagration and New of Chadora.
We can now rejoice that in this old body, we've generated a fresh mind. It is there, isn't it? We should rejoice in it. Often we don't recognize our good qualities, but by recognizing our good qualities and potency, any activity we do goes well.
Oh, yeah, down the Lunjon Ching in there, what?
Mhm.
Dile means on the degree. Many gave what the Sudumbo there, Kiwa the Tumbo de Anachuna Uk the Nobunini Tanwa Uk to Tayondi. Tango de la Tanda Ne de la Chilapsia de Jig Mawata Ichi Yuna, Chilap Samatana Yore. Tindegi Chilap de Labiku Nubasawa Jiva, Tingo Dina la Jarum Machine Piore, Lamazajo Monpiore, Dige Sunjuna Yore, de la Kusun Tude Yore, da Chushe Dagi Lapki Jundu the Chilap, Dig Togi. And this is no one to Temba Zagi, and then Lutanji, Tan Davis or all how what the Lula Nana the Yodan, and it has the Shido at the Desam Dara. 나 개제슈도 셈래 봐. 셈이 뭔가 더 마지바리도 상관은 베래. 그 누가데 추나고는 추 레온디네 시로야. 다 개제슈디 우디 간장시다도 내야워라. 나 진노니네 시고가네 뭐 강베티서 제 도로. 안디네 파단르드네 르그견데 셈이 뭔가 마지바 더 원남도 상관. 아 텐소 체. 다 개제슈디 우츠 땅용사디 가르사고 도요데 시바시. 파 땅디 차선 파 땅마데 시바시.
Mhm.
어디라다 롱종 세거와 나 데데지 겹셔 아스라
Now we'll do breath awareness. You can remain with your eyes gently closed, but keep a good posture. Here, we are simply focusing on inhalation, exhalation. And as we breathe in this fresh potency with the breath. And this place we are in has tremendous blessings in the fact that His Holiness the Dalai Lama and many other highly awakened beings have taught here. So the blessings of what they have taught, when we breathe in, it carries a kind of form and potency under which result any tightness or sickness in body is relaxed, but more importantly, mentally, any distraction or worry is pacified. What's important is that with the breathing, you recognize where the breath goes from the crown to the soles of the feet. So here, what's most important is to be cognition, to cognize breath and be aware of it.
우파 안르데 수부탕은 흘려자 sem바양 시와 대와 짱마 차정제 어디 매버 채우랬어
Important to think on the exhalation, the body is relaxed and the mind is pacified and subdued.
야, 다스 보에 되고 sembaye zangma shiwa chaso chini ji chi wores.
Our body is relaxed and the mind is clear and lucid. Think like that.
Ta dine, ta tande gom de la ujung gom jaya de la thanga jaya de la ming zum ji yo ma la ming des ming nazir ma paps. Ming dana ya ga yore wa. Tande de gom de ni gyuru mo gom jaya ming zum na ni ya ji ming gom ma sa cha ya ni glu ya. Ni de wa de le yo ya. Ta dinde ko ju jin de do je de gang de was de de le. Cha ming nazir paps chi da de lu na na chue de de ske ji she go da. 개체슈디 게직 동보대야로 구자간데 이투선 게직 동보대야 그래서 기름 지지대네 게직 동보대야 아니 민나저 파 고중세 고사 딕데스 개점을 배 구타는 나서 직당 봐 백게타나 수부대단도서 니 개점 뭐 쇼르다 공자년으로 나디네 니 우데스 격스탄에 하고요들 당기 먼저 우중물 흘러 스타로 다 다르데스 격스탄제로 투유 우레 데스 격스탄 다 니네가라 먼저 텐시샤고 숨나래 봐. 직디 옥주 당기요데 시베체 봐. 이바데 우파 당기요데 시베체 봐. 숨바데 당자래 봐. 근데 디제 숨이 간라다 저다 텐시 땡고 있대. 팀 멤베 디바로라 나와다 먼저 샤용을 봐. 먼저 공기 나오까 두고 말해. 나오거나 더 남아잖아. 그러나 예로 그래. 나오들 더 나잖아. 아니 곰 남상 미고 남상 배 주도 거야. 제가 디인데 먼저 단단치고 대선 숨나래 같은 게 건도 쉬어야
Mhm.
우수 당고 시에버치야 지르 파당게 시에버치야 돼 아니 부가지로 장가지로 지니 숨스 아무도 단다 디나라 싸움만 위요이다 아니 당디다 숨제우 숨자로 지니 숨 지니 숨 지니 숨 장가디자 아니 장가디 구차스는 아니 참샤 그래서 쌤데 내가 간데스도 다 이제 다가랑 따지로 다가랑 따지를 이제 근데 대쇼 왔으로
Next, for counting cycles of breath, we don't close the eyes for this. We gently open them. Because if we meditate for a long time with eyes closed, our mind becomes unclear, dull, or we can even get sleepy. There is the importance of the 7-point posture of Vairocana. Most important within that is that your posture is upright, but relaxed, shoulders not hunched, but open. That's important. And eyes gently open. Here, we're going to, with regards to breath, we're going to breathe just a little bit quicker than normal. And really, when you're doing counting breath, there's only 3 things you need to be aware of or mindful of. 1, now I'm breathing in. 2, now I'm breathing out. And 3, that's 1 round. That's all. And appearances and thoughts might fleet in, but do not be distracted by them. You can lose the count if you do that. Let them come and go. So I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. That's 1 cycle. Breathing in, breathing out, that's 2. So we do 3 of those cycles 3 times, which make 9 rounds. 3 times make 9 rounds, at the end of which you just observe how is the mind. Please implement.
다 정하자 참샤지 아니심 다지 데르바 컨데스도 다지 대신 디고스티스
After counting cycles, just leave the count and stay with your mind, observe your mind.
다드네 야창가 지 이숨시 마스 잡아 다등이 타라레 수당이와 우수당 시와 파등이 시와 가죠 정말 무디에 정말 맞죠 양아 제가 탈숨 점에 정말 잘하더라 아니야 정말 로스는 야 장가대 참 예, 라모가치 다 저런데 참차 정말 사실 정말 대중을 잡는 그래 진짜 찡이 소식 가셔 숨게도 야와를 시요를 되더라 근데 다 수수 가르게 하더나 대화 대하시는 일을 간다 정말 있으나는 아니 장가 참샤 아니 생 내다한테 갈래시도 다 이제 되는 디고
Now we'll do 5 cycles. And now I'm breathing in, now I'm breathing out. And we'll do those 5 cycles 3 times, make 15. I don't need to mention that. Some people can, with their experience, just count straight up to 15. But we find that sometimes it's easier to break it into 5 inhalations, exhalations 3 times, at the end of which you just observe mind's state.
아야, 다들 장가 찍네 주사고 잡아. 줄레스는 아니 마고 제든 루시제 마 잡라 레고서부터. 레고레스는 야 서서 심디 장가 마 잡아지야. 디네가로 컨디스도 다제. 아직 대쇼스로.
Now, counting up to 10 cycles of inhalation, exhalation. When you reach 10, reversing back down, 9, 8, 7 to 0. And then just observing my mind state again.
아야. 다 뒤유는 저 심타다가 그런 샤야데 수수 심 시와가나 다 공군냠래 야고인 유드즈는 수수 심 시와데 가나 샤비요레 레 당보드 마자다 다가나 치로 치우기 다다 치기 수수 우다 데가나 샤고라 하 디링에 가 도고 내야 아니 저게 잘하지 스티니스 견아서라 견아서 아까시 암조 질자니는 암조 가시네 하고요 사실.
So for those with experience, you can, if you can be in the present moment and experience the clarity of mind, lucidity of mind, that's the best. Just being present with that. But for those that can't, often for those of us that are new, we listen to the sound of the birds or our own breath as a reference point to being present. But today I'm inviting the help of a friend to give us some sound so that we can have a reference point to be in the present. And if it's too much, then close your ears.
I will introduce later my friends. Okay.
Yeah.
Usually people do early introduce. I think I will do later. Okay. He's my one. I told you before. I have 5 best friends. He's one my best friends. He do chanting. He's a chanting master in monastery. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I did. You don't want that. Yeah. Yeah. You listening, just you listening, okay? Oh. 야, 다 도지시 텐유. 아니, 제메 지난주 연년이 있더는 아니 제메 가서 찬딩 메디테이션 속에 있는 쉬었어.
So if you have interest in that, we'll do a chanting meditation session. So you're welcome to come.
다들 가서 다 찍어야 돼. 공개하지. 제공으로 봐.
Mhm.
제공. 다들 문에게 가서 다 찍. 세미나라 디지털이야. 와. 강의를 동행시야. 아니 소소 미스 상고지 지금 이제 캘린체로 하다. 미스 상고지 카드스 차면서 써야 될라. 제공 맞잖나 영화가 말. 제공 써야 돼. 제바치 금제상로 따지. 그래서 다단단한 다딜라 하장게 범죄하게 조시 다 방고 싫어요. 와. 이내 다 단단한 거 잡대야 돼. 말아
Mhm.
이제 네 가서 그래. 가요 라요로 지 펜도 차를 지 통데 돌아 수수이 네 자고를 네 수수를 지난주에 저와첼레를 인디상가라 지 구고다 누가데 데베 공자지 담라 야고지 들렸다 제공데 믹스해지 요래 다 제공도 가래라나 제공 예외 내가라 수부대다 계속 게 말에 많이 해져 상다는데 두고두고 상는데 칼라스에서 상다는데 wada ji neda ji de chudi de ji gi samdan da ganda ji kechi chudi sim da ji xie de ba ne sim da ji ka chi ore la na da da ga su su la da ji xie je ba su su lu ma da zo de lu ma ni la tang go samdan gore ani ji ne sim de samda ke je mo re ba sim ge sam mo ma nu ka ji gi me kechi chudi ye lu da nga ni ji go ne su su ye la de ni ge ji pa ma pin ja to go 내가 레로 딘데 여러와 정말 kimzi 딘데래 양에 강이 수수 내가 지난지기 미피저들 뇌외라신 가르치거든 봐 따지제네로 근데 밀란도 뭐저 수술의 양 수술의 뇌외 수술기에 검신이 뭐 가르도 삼로 다시로 디아 뭐스 뭐체 테 검자래라 시다래로 따코 라레다에 깔레카고 검자데 레라 시오래 그 삼다래 수수교 수수하고라 다라래 달라래 다야들어 베나마도 식두자신이 밀어넣어진게나 나 식두자 용 당게스 야 차라 동제 아니 komishin 메시지 파운비잘 당게되네 데 메우스위스 당에 지 로직다 메세딜 상다 티링라로 티링에 방기 있어 딜레 상다나 아 티링다 니마지 당에 방도 그랬어 봐 니마지 당에 주가 당도 그랬어 어두스 제제다 곰데 디네 고주치 자고를 제가 다를 곰데 수수게 아니 룽아가 줘봐 누가지게 수수행 밀라 마지고 가졌어도 동해 가졌어도 수수라니라 동해 가졌어도 야 동해 마세는 수술을 제어해 주면 심대서 그래 상상으로. 아니 심대서야 내가 되는 게 가르치고 봐. 배치에서 맞고 야채에 대한 요인데 이런데 그거 봐. 어떤데 심대 마세야 돼 캐치 뭐래. 제가 이니다 들이 예 딘데 찍 내게 찍 그거 당이 예세제 담저체 셰베체 아니 배고에 내주당 배펜 밀레네요도 오다 당이 켈렌시 바다 지금 말했지. 당신 주도나 저런 검지 다 릭사르대로 그래서 네 제공 라이드래 다디 개좀 쉬어래 나다당도 축지직데 제공 데스체 아니 또 윤에 또 개지 수수단 라멘 따라야 스로디게
Now, the next meditation is reflective or analytical meditation. This is the best method for accomplishing long-term well-being of mind. And it's also good if you're facing difficulties, but also there is no better method to make oneself more altruistic and kind-hearted. Here, with analytical meditation, there's so many types, so much to say about it, but we use reasons and reflections, but essentially it is going to be of practical benefit. You don't need to sit in meditation to do this. You can do this when you are walking, when you're lying down, when you're cooking, whatever. You can do these reflections. And I recognize this is important because you've all come here wanting to have you have a kind of a need, or you want your meditation to be potent. And analytical meditation is good for that. So once more, you can do it when you're walking, washing, whatever. And the point is to examine your mind. And concurrently, what are the actions of your body and speech? But of course, most importantly, is the mind in a positive frame or not? And in terms of the mind, but following on the body and speech, it is a body and speech that relates to those around you, your relatives, your friends, your loved ones, your interactions. So, what are some of the actions that I do that directly harm others? But not only directly harm others, but also bad habits that harm yourself. And then in this case, it's easy in terms of an analytical meditation to recognize our faults, but what's not easy is to change them. So this is where the practice comes in. For example, if you tend towards being quick with the speech, harsh speech, or you're taking too much intoxicants or alcohol, does that upset others? And not just in the context of a year, but think, what can I do today in terms of this one thing to reduce that? So it is in terms of our physical body language and our speech that we cause suffering to others, but also what about bad habits for yourself? Also, there are just things that we do that upset others, so we're going to try and prevent or stop that, not to do things that they don't like. And if you make that recognition today to just resolve to change one thing, so once you have that intention, when you actually meet the person or are engaged, then your mindfulness, you think, oh, better not do that. Today I formulated that intention. That's a real practice there.
We did 5 different types of meditation. Motivation meditation, breathing exercise, breathing meditation, mindfulness of present moment, and analytical meditation. Before you do meditation, you need thinking. I want to do this 5 different types of meditation. This kind of meditation, this bring your mind in your body. I want to do this. This is was 샤곱 봐. 샤곱.
Shagam.
샤곱은 칼라 이제.
Glance.
글란스. 칼라 시고저로 질러더래.
Oh,
시고저래.
sequence is okay, but glance, yeah, got it. Shagam,
그래.
man.
Oh, that major to I mean, no much time. I want to some introduce my friends, you know. I think most people know. I often telling I have 5 best friends in monastery, and the two you met the last time, Chaturamaji. One is he telling modern science and Buddhism. One is and he's no other one making Dharma, he make Dharma. He live in Taiwan, and these two, and he's one, and other one in Switzerland, and he's Joker. He's
Joker.
here. He making lots of laughing, uh,
Yeah,
our friend, my friend, very good company, and the one is looks he learn modern science. He bring lots modern science, vocabulary. He said, "Oh, this is the quantum physics and telling lots different names, terminologies, and other friends making Toma, very nice, beautiful, and he is a chanting master, and other one is making jogger. I'm Toga. I'm so I'm making plan. Yeah. And we are birthplace same Pembo. He was born Pembo. I was born Pembo in Tibet. He was born in Tibet, and he became monk in Tibet, and he came to India. I think we met 1994. 굽죽겁실로 말해. 1993. We met, and then we become friends. Now how many years? Nearly more than 3 decades. We spend lots of time. So we have lots of fun stories. Now we're chatting. Sometimes go to bed. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Talking too much. uh, he become a PhD. PhD. Gishil Haramba. Gishil Haram means PhD, but this college. We are same degree. We have five friends. 4 PhD. Buddhist philosophy PhD Haramba is a very top learner. Oh. And he went to New York 4 years, and then he to start teaching meditation and philosophy and psychology. But they're big Tibetan community in New York. There have been 15,000. He class maybe on the shortest class is small one class is maybe 50, 60 people, and higher one maybe 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 400,000 like he teaching. He's very busy in New York. He's 4 years. He telling his schedule. He don't have holiday. Busy. I'm so relaxed here. And he did a big melon festival in New York, in America. And that day he did chanting master. He's do lots chanting 2 hours, 3 hours chanting. And then there are lots of monks, and they can help him chanting together. So nice chanting. Yeah. And maybe what after New Year we can do some chanting meditation. And to that, he's to chanting master. Yeah, to that. If you want to join, welcome. Just listening. We do some rituals. Some people want to join, welcome to that. What's the 7 o'clock, right? 6:30, 6:30, and then he's do chanting, and we can do chanting together tonight. Today is a special day. Therefore, we have do something today. Okay, and today's last class, Sunday last class. I think we start February, middle February somewhere. 15th, I think 15th February. You can check our schedule. And then during that time, you can learn 5 hours. Okay, your homework, 5 hours, and 6 Bs. And then the daily meditation, 5 different types: motivation, breathing exercise, breathing meditation, mindfulness, present moment, analytical meditation. You need this practice. On the top, we have before we taught 6 perfection, right? 6 perfection, right? Generosity, right? And the ethic, passion, and correction. That. Uh-huh. Oh, this is not good for me. You please, man, you can tell.
Generosity, ethics, patience, perseverance,
Oh,
enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm. This very hard to pronounce. Enthusiasm. Oh, no. Next, this is my homework. Okay. And your homework in this practice, remember, I'll ask you, what is 5 power? What is 6B? You know? What is the 6 perfection? And this during that time we did concentration. And next time I want to wisdom. Well, wisdom, what? Now do more wisdom. And the wisdom, there's so many things. Most we talking of how to understand what is reality, you know, and sometimes simple thinking. We lose judging others, people's outside. Lost things we don't know our body inside. You know, we don't know where's our heart. What kind of heart? We don't know. Just we carry lost things we don't know. Therefore, mindfulness, awareness in your body, you know lost things in your body, you know. Therefore, this is very good, good to thinking, looking in your mind, in your body, and you have lots such things you're learning. Oh, every day lots new, and you never bored. Some people meditation, oh, this is boring, bored. You know, if you do something right, you don't have chance bored. Very exciting subject, this one. Okay, enjoy your break holiday, and we see you again. And I want to take my friend in the West Coast, Christchurch, Gordon Bay, a little bit short of New Zealand, you know. A good thing is he likes nature and mountain, ocean. That is good, you know. If he like city, then I have problem. Good thing is he loves nature. That's very good. 다음에 not much time. I will try my work in English. Okay. Tonight and before the sleeping, this is a daily meditation. You know, morning motivation. This meditation, and then during the daytime, you need to be aware and you'll be patient practice, and also you need analytical meditation practice that during the dealing with the people, you know. And then before the sleeping in the evening, you need to check. If you have a meditation question, you can sit there, but you don't have don't worry. Just before sleeping, you're thinking, today I did something wrong, you know, and you need recognize, and you need regret, right? Regret, and also good thing is do some purification, and then do some commitment. I don't want to repeat again tomorrow. And on the other hand, you know, positive, you did some meditation, helping some people, and then you need rejoicing. Also, your friend did some good things, and you need dedication, the good qualities, merits, right?
Merits.
Merit. And in dedications, power of meditation, right? 5 power, last power, right?
Dedication.
Dedication, right? Last power. Dedication. Now we will do some dedication, our merits, right? 항아란소 디 저런 대용 대용 안소다 쿠딕치니레다 내가 치니레 다도 미망고 깔리자비요 아니 저런소 대용어디 먼저라 펜토요래 그러 내고만의 시기로 저런스 되면은 말려면 차도 그러 에 저런스 대 용어상지 먼저라 펜토요래 대편도 되게 왜 자와 직체 먼저 다들 내가 구로 상만한다 auto네 관심을 쉐요래 아니 매대대라다 이 기주체네 라트요래 다도 상을 개발래 개와 디제게 네 개와 자와 되네 디제 초지 좀 배틀 되네 담는 시디요 야로와 단다 랑중기 뉴지다 미다 용도가 어디 자벤라 사인게 라소바다 아니 줄로 그러와 봐 줄로 담다 쉽다고도 봐 줄로게 네 뉴지야 다 근데 조에 뉴지 다 마루도 좀 미서 봐 아니 마루도 시야로 유그랜다 팔레스타인도 제 마루도 시로야 딱히 도리스드나 미망고지라 메저 마라니라 메저 둘로 마라니라 둘로 칼라 마라니라 칼라 아니 미망고지 내가 쇼도 두줄라 내가라야 미망고지 수수 자와이니도 카테도 그래 두주 투투야 도리스드나 아니 도 센제 탐제 유라 참인지 찬주 있으니까 학과로도 먼저 첩시바다 저와 첩시바다 베미니스라도 베스트엔도 저줄라야 아니 참바다 자와게 학과로도 아니 유튜브도 저와 단 빌린 틸리니아 저줄라 이제다 참제요나 맞아 미모버질 의문도 내용 거 말아 어디 내게다 더블링디 투루 다니기 미드 저줄라 참바다 인지 겨쇼스 어디 내게 배 뭐하면 양고지 지쇼 안 getting 만 시카시스템으로
So now in terms of the dedication, you have come here and people have organized to put these classes on. Just that you have come here benefits us. As I've mentioned before, if you don't come here, I have no job. But just that you come here is a virtuous thing. And then the interpreter Matt interprets. There is that also virtue. So we dedicate those roots of merit, those virtues to world peace, that there be no suffering like the earthquakes in Japan or the difficulties from water, these disturbances of the elements. Then there are these difficulties that are man-made, wars and so forth, under which conditions people lack medical facilities, they lack food, and they lose their jobs. Their relatives separate from each other, the loved ones. In short, may all the living beings cultivate love and kindness in their hearts and compassion, particularly the political leaders, presidents, and so forth. May they cultivate good heart, kind heart. And those people that are particularly wealthy, or extremely wealthy, if they really had concern for each other, loving kindness and compassion, there would be no poverty in the world. So may the people that stir up trouble, make trouble, may they cultivate kind hearts. And I will dedicate to that end, and please do likewise.
gewa di nyudu da lama sanje do chi jang alwa di sala ko wa sona de danje ziwa yi command ji ye da de ga da na chi be si be zo le do wa sho chu ji je wo zang ga ye chi de na ma pe wa da ge ge sa ma she wa da tin je ma le so wa sho chan ju sim je le ma je ba na ye je je wa ya ma pa ya ko ne sho gewa ko ne ya da lama Temeji ye bela lanje ne zada lanje yu dera zane doji chanji gomba nyu do sho. Thank you. Especially thank you, Matt. Matt is today last temporary job. Maybe future he will coming back. he, he he did good job. I think I really enjoyed his because he has lots of experience and he knows more Dharma. Vocabulary is very rich, and also I think most translators' problem is understanding what I'm telling. I think he got lost message. That's the thing you got message. And there are some. I've been here 15 years my experience. Translator job is not easy job, not easy. If there's something good things, everyone say, oh, Lama, Geshe-la, you did good jobs. Sometimes they bad things, oh, this translator is terrible. Poor translator. but making lots of connection with the people, I think this is more important. Job is to benefit for people. And therefore, thank you very much, mate. Maybe we can say give some for him. Yeah, he will coming back. Okay. World is small. New Zealand is small. He will coming back. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
See you soon.